this is an issue with a lot of men, is that I never went to the doctor regularly. And that's something that definitely I would tell any man, any wife that supports your man, your husband, whatever, to inspire him to go to the doctor more frequently, and get blood work done. That's something that I believe that could have prevented me having the alarming glucose level that I had when I went to the doctor, because it was out the roof. If you know about glucose levels, I'm gonna just tell you, it was a 386. I was at 386. Yeah. I should have been in a coma.
One love, one heart, one space. Loyalty, one thing we can't replace.
You guys, and welcome back to our channel, Atkins Ever After. If this is your first time here, we are Mr. He's the Mr. I'm not the Mr. Mr. and Mrs. Atkins. We were married May of last year, so about a year and a half ago. And we are coming back on here today to
tell you guys what we've been up to.
What have we been up to for a whole year of marriage, for our first year of marriage, actually. So before we get into that though, if you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you comment and you like and share this video.
The last time you guys saw us, we were engaged. But today we are married.
Well, actually, baby, the last video that you guys should have seen is our wedding video. If you have not, we have attached it here. Make sure you go and see our beautiful day. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah, it was great.
I need to go back and look at it again.
I definitely watch it every day. I mean, it costs enough.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, yes, that was the last video we posted. That was November of last year. So it's been a little over a year ago. And so like we said in the beginning, we're back to kind of recap our first year of marriage, as well as recap the year 2023. We want to share with you guys the ups, the downs, the highs and the lows, all the things that we have experienced in 2023. So baby, are you ready?
I'm gonna stay ready.
I think you should kick it off with the first month, because this had a lot to do with the both of us, but it was really about you.
Yeah, so the first month was the month of January. So January is my birthday month. And we started off with a bang. Yes, the wife, well actually what happened was January is my birthday month, but it also became our honeymoon month.
Oh, that's right.
So she surprised me with a trip to Puerto Rico.
Yes.
But we hadn't taken our honeymoon yet, so it was like a honey birthday.
Birthday.
So, it was exciting, and we turned up in Puerto Rico. We went on some ATVs.
Oh man,
that was a whole adventure. We ate some great food. We saw some beautiful sights. We saw a fort, famous fort in Puerto Rico. Also, there were a lot of cats in Puerto Rico. I don't know, if you've been to Puerto Rico, you're from Puerto Rico, then I'm sure you know about the cats. A lot of cats, a lot of churches as well.
Yeah.
Just very, very nice place, very nice people, beautiful, beautiful island.
Yeah, we had a great time. Like the ATV rides was probably my favorite part of the trip. We had a ball. It had rained and it was muddy, and the hills, and we had to go through cows that was in the road. Like it was an adventure. It was crazy. Yeah, so yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought I lost my phone.
Oh y'all. Y'all listen to this.
Yeah. So I'm on the ATV. Doing what I do, and I just felt something fall out my pocket, and for a moment I'm like, what was that? But I already knew what I keep in my right pocket. I keep my phone. So I look down and I see it, and at the same time I see it, I'm going down into a mud pit. And
Yes.
when I came back up, I didn't see the phone. Cause mud was all over the place where you keep your foot, where you rest your foot on the ATV. And I'm like, man, I'm like, man, this just ruined this whole experience. And so, I'm like, well, you know what, it'll be all right. I'll get another phone. Well, that's what my wife told me. She said, we'll just get you another phone because I had got stuck. And if you have ridden ATVs, then you probably know how it is. You have on the course they have different terrains, and on the course that we were on, it had multiple pits. It had just rained, but I'm sure that they filled those holes up with water because it hadn't rained that much because these pits had a lot of water in them.
Yeah.
And so, I'm continuous riding. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna let this ruin the trip. And I looked down. We came to a stop, and we came to a stop because the instructor wanted everybody to kind of stick together, and several of the people had got kind of far apart from each other. And I looked down. And guess what? There was my phone.
Y'all, we couldn't believe it. Like, you guys don't even understand how many things we had been through on that ride. So many dips and hills and turns, quick curves, and just all kind of stuff. And there's no way that phone should have been right there on that footrest. No way.
Yeah. So, hey, I want to thank God. 'Cause I know you're listening. Thank you for that. But yeah, the mud had washed away from the phone, so I was able to see it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, I was like, man, thank you, God. Because I just knew, like, man, I'm gonna have to go the rest of this trip all the way back home. And we got kids back home, and got family and stuff. You always want to have your phone for emergencies. I know we didn't have phones in the way back, but what we used to now, you want to have your phone. You gotta have your phone. Seem like. And
then you want your phone to take pictures and videos and stuff to capture moments of the trip. So anyway, it worked out. It definitely worked out. So that's what kicked off our 2023, you guys. Also, something else exciting for me personally that happened in January was I started my lock journey. Can you guys see? You see these locks? Started my micro lock journey. It was closer to the end of January. I had been contemplating whether or not I knew I wanted locks, but I didn't know if I wanted sister locks or micro locks. So I ended up going with micro locks. And the thing that really was the decision maker for me was my stylist, who had been doing my hair for years, actually posted probably about a few days before I actually decided that she had just started micro locks. She had just been trained to do micro locks. I was like, you know what? That's my sign. Let me get this going. So in a few weeks, it will be my 1 year lock anniversary. And I will say this is the best decision I've ever made. So if you girls are seeing this and you've been trying to figure out, do I get my hair locked or not? Let this be your sign. Get it locked. You will not regret it.
Yeah, that way you don't have to do the normal braid thing, right? The trip braid thing. Yeah.
Vacation braids.
Y'all know about that, right?
Vacation braids. Yeah. What you know about vacation braids?
What you mean I know about it? You every trip we've been on, you had them. So.
Vacation braids, exactly.
We did close on selling our other house.
Oh, yeah. I forgot all about that. You're right.
I forgot about it too.
You're right.
No, how we forgot about that. But that was that. But that was major because we definitely had a sentimental connection there. We shared some holidays when we did celebrate holidays, and we'll get into that shortly as well.
All right, so that was very exciting for us in January. So February comes around, and I don't know how many of you guys watched the show Married at First Sight. I've been watching it, you know, when you get married, you pull your spouse into what you're doing for most things. So I pulled him into watching Married at First Sight with me. So now this is our show. So anyway, it was kicking off the season in Nashville, Tennessee. And they were on a clip where they were meeting up with one of the guys to tell him that he had just been matched. And he was in the shoe store with all these tennis shoes, sneakers, whatever you want to call them. And my husband was like, oh man, I look at all those shoes, you know.
Because I like sneakers.
Yeah. He's like, look at all these shoes. And so we were like, let's just go on a trip to Nashville. Literally, we took our family on a family trip to Nashville, Tennessee, just because of the show we were watching.
Yeah, that really led us there. For real. And guess what? We never went to the shoe store when we got there.
Never went to the shoe store, you guys. Went everywhere else but the shoe store. So Nashville was a really fun trip. None of us had ever been before.
Nashville, my highlight of Nashville, because I'm a foodie, was this Jamaican restaurant. Can't remember the name of it, but if you're from Nashville or you've been to Nashville, I'm pretty sure you've been there. Yeah, the best.
It was really good. They had plant-based options too, because one of our older daughters is vegetarian, and like it was really good. I'm not a foodie, like he said he is, but it was really good. 10 out of 10 for the whole family. It was very, very good.
Yeah, even the hotel we stayed at had good food.
They really did. We'll try to find the name of that Jamaican restaurant, you guys, and put it in our description though, just in case you are traveling there and you want to check it out, because it was really, really good. Okay, so that was our February. What happened in March?
So March, what happened in March?
Don't. Okay, let's not act up for company. All right, let's not do that. What happened in March?
What happened in March? I guess that would be the other greatest month of the year, which is her born day month. Yes. Yeah, so that's her born day month.
Yes.
Yes, so that's baby born day month. And yeah, you know, she had been wanting to go to see Usher
Raymond the Fourth.
Yeah, he was on his residency in Las Vegas. So we went to Las Vegas. That was my first time there, her first time there. So we did a little bit of sightseeing. We did a little bit of walking. We also oh yeah, that's right. We went to a car museum.
Yes.
Love cars. Went to a car museum and we saw the DeLorean from Back to the Future. We seen the Batmobile.
Yep.
What else we seen? We seen Batman and Robin motorcycles.
There was a lot of cars that was in movies and TV shows and things like that.
Yeah, and we'll make sure that we we'll make sure we let you guys know what museum that was at.
Yeah, Vegas was so much fun. The concert was great. Do you want to share with the audience, share with our AEA family, what happened at the concert? That was my highlight pretty much of the concert, and it wasn't even me. What was it? What happened?
I mean, Usher gave me £1. Yeah.
Like, don't just say it like that, because that means he had to be close enough to you to like do that.
He's just another man to me.
Right, but come on, we grew up listening to Usher. Come on, like, yes, he is another man, but we grew up listening to him. So I thought that was pretty amazing. And it just so happens that I had left and went to the bathroom, you guys. Like, I never go to the bathroom at any event we go to. I don't drink a lot. I never have to go. This one time, he goes on a break, and so I'm thinking it's going to be, like a pretty good amount of time. I don't know if he had to switch, change clothes, switch out his set, whatever. No, that wasn't even it. He took maybe a couple of minutes of a break, and that was it.
Actually, he didn't even take a break. He actually just walked around the stage and came out in a different, came out from a different way to come to the audience. So
he should not have used the word break. So anyway, but
it was a surprise, yeah.
So it was great, all the songs, all the things, it was really, really good. Had a great time. So our first few months of 2023 was amazing. We had some exciting times.
Yeah, it took off.
Yeah. All right. So in April, we actually went to another concert. We went to see Tamar, Escape, Monica. Who else was it?
Tamar, Escape,
Monica.
I mean, that's one concert.
Was that might have been?
Yeah, that's it.
That might have been everywhere.
Yeah, that's it. That's right. Yeah, 'cause they were all at the same concert.
Yeah, and it was pretty fun seeing Monica and Escape, particularly because again we grew up listening to them, like 90s music or whatever, which is my favorite genre of music of all time. And so it was really good to see them in person. Escape can sing, y'all, in real life. Like, they sound, if not better than their albums, just the same. But so they were all really good. We had a good time. It was a decent time.
Yeah, it wasn't too far from, where we live.
Yeah.
So, it was a nice little road trip. Didn't get any food, which, I'm trying to get some food wherever we go.
Foodie.
I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
So, don't have any new food news for that trip for you.
Yeah.
But,
side note, pray for me, okay? It's rough being married to a foodie. Imagine all the different things I have to cook. Okay, I digress. Anyway, first 4 months.
You got a problem with cooking?
No, baby, no.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
You signed up for it.
No, come on. Well, actually, I didn't really know you was a foodie like that, okay, when I signed these papers. I didn't realize that, but it's all good. It's fine. I feed you. I take care of you, so you're good, right? I'm good. Anyway.
So she got to know me when we got married, y'all.
After already being together for I don't know how many years. So anyway, those were definitely some of the highlights of our year. Now we get into May. So again, as we said, the top of the year, first 4 months were very exciting. We did some great things, had some great new experiences as a couple and as a family. So now we're into May. And I will say that May was very bittersweet for us. Baby, would you like to share with the people what happened in May? A couple of things, actually.
So May was our first year anniversary. And also, my mother passed in May. I'm just so fortunate that I was able to have her as a mother. And I look forward to seeing her again.
Yeah. And, it was very shocking, of course, as any passing of our loved one, especially when you're speaking about someone so close, your parent. I was very blessed to have her in my life for the few years that I did. And also, I think that it was definitely God's blessing to allow her to see us become married and to witness our special day with us. But that, certainly was a turning point for my husband, for our family, for myself, because with loss, it does change you. It changes a lot about you. It puts you on a different path in life than you are currently traveling. And so, it's been a journey for sure, and it still is a journey.
Yeah.
So just again, it was very bittersweet for us. So in June, we actually attended her memorial service, and just was there for each other, there for the family, and just really took one day at a time, because with grieving, that is honestly all that you can do, to try to lean more on God, of course, and we'll talk about that in a little while too. But really just, again, we're on this new path. I have experienced losses, including my mom a few years ago. If you guys have watched our previous videos, you guys know that. And so now I'm on the opposite side of the support of my husband in this loss. It is a loss for me as well, but this is his mom. Like, he was with her way longer than I was. And so now it caused me to learn how to support my loved one, my spouse, as they were on this transformative journey.
Yeah, so, that was a bittersweet month. And, like I said again, I look forward to seeing her again one day. I'm so blessed that I was able to have her in my life. I'm so blessed that she was able to see me get married, and I was able to dance with her at my wedding. But yeah, again, I'm so blessed that she got to see me at a different point in my life than she was used to, because I wasn't always the calm, collect person that that I have come to be, and it's a blessing.
Absolutely. So again, you guys, go back and check out our wedding video, and you guys will be able to see that special moment that he shared with his mom. I will tell you that it moved everyone to tears. It was a beautiful moment. So now let's get into July. Okay. So in July, because of this new journey that we're on, as far as grieving the loss of my mother-in-law, it really pushed us more forward to God. Okay, so this month was really the turning point of us strengthening our faith in God. And what that looked like was studying more individually and more so as a couple. That looked like us having more faith-based discussions. That looked like us praying together more consistently, and really seeking and searching for God's voice and for Him in everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But so again, July was the turning point for us with our faith walk with God. So August, now we're into a school month.
The beginning of school.
Yes. And we have early mornings. You parents, all the things. And so this was a very special year for our family as it pertains to school. Some of you who are our subscribers already know that we have a blended family. For the ones of you who are new here, I will share that we have 5 children together. I bring 4 children in from my previous marriage, and then my husband brings 1 child in. So together that makes 5. And so they're all different ages. They range from the age of 27 all the way down to 10. Yes, I know, 27 to 10. You can imagine all these different conversations, different needs. But anyway, the big deal about that was our 2 youngest children entered into their last year of elementary school and their last year of middle school. That makes me sad when I think about it. I cannot believe that they are starting middle school and high school. And again, the one who started middle school, this is the baby that she's the youngest. And so I'm just like, seriously, we have these 2 big transitions in the same year. I'm not ready. It's probably nothing to you because dad's like, it's whatever. They got to go through school. But as moms, we're like, oh no, but y'all growing up. Y'all growing up too fast. Mamas, chime in, comment. I know y'all know what I'm saying. But anyway, that was definitely, a big deal for me. The kids, not for them so much. They like, okay, it's just another school year, it's whatever. But I'm looking at it like, again, they're just getting older.
Yeah, closer and closer to an empty nest.
So that's what you looking at. Wow. So, baby, do you want to tell them about the project that we started taking on as well in August?
Oh, yeah. So, one day, my wife was like, hey, the Spirit has moved me to do something. And that something was to feed the less fortunate, mainly homeless in a certain area of our city. And so, that was I was like, wow, that's amazing that, that came upon you. And, we went in, I think we went to, did we go to Costco? Oh, no, you went to the grocery store.
Yeah.
You went to the grocery store and bought some things. What you made, sandwiches?
Yeah.
Yeah, sandwiches. And so that was the first time. And then, another month as well, we fed the homeless and less fortunate as well. And also she ordered some little mini Bibles off of Amazon, and she placed those inside of the plates. And that was great. Also, she wrote on the top of the boxes a great message to each person that received the plate as well. I think that's very it's just very great, to bring your spirit to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, once we are drawing ourselves closer to God as He wants us to do, again, speaking about the things that we mentioned, spending more time with him, being more intentional with getting to know him and his personality and allowing him to really lead our lives, then we're opening up ourselves to be able to hear his voice, because he is always present, but he's not going to be forceful and make us invite him in. He wants us to come to him on our own, and that's why he gives us free will. And so because we had been on that journey of really being intentional about our relationship with him, I was able to hear him more clear, and he definitely led me to being able to use our blessings, use our resources to help the less fortunate. And I will tell you, that is something that brings us great joy in being able to help. And not only were we there passing out plates, but we were there also sharing a message of positivity, that even though they might be in a less fortunate situation, God is still able, he still loves them, and he can change their situation in a matter of seconds. It's all about what his will is, but it's also about how they choose to partner with God or not. Because I know it's often said that, we're waiting on God. But really, in reality, God is waiting on us. He's always here, but he's waiting for us to partner with him in a variety of ways. And that partnership looks like surrendering it all to him. Daily in our prayer, and I'm happy to share this, we definitely say, God, we surrender our thoughts to you, our ideas, our behaviors, our words, our actions, all of these things, so that he can take sole control of these things, because God is love and he's never going to steer us in the wrong direction. And so because of that, there have been plenty of things that we have experienced that is mind-blowing to us due to our surrendering to God.
Yeah, we shared some great conversations with those, some of those people, hugs. So, it was great. It was very satisfying.
Absolutely. And it's definitely not our last time doing that. If God blesses us to enter into this new year, which is what our prayer is, we definitely will be doing more and more of that. Because it's just, he blesses us to bless others. It's not for us to hold these resources or anything that he gives to us. It's for us to bless others so that we can share his message of love with everyone who he allows us to encounter. So that was definitely another big month for us. And so let's move into September. You remember what happened in September? I'm going to put you on the spot.
September.
I'll show you the notes. I want to be like
a lot happened this year. So
I know it.
Yeah, so you launched your website, and we also started going to a support group called Grief Share. So you launched your website about, for grief love.
Yeah.
She has a website in which she's doing coaching. She's doing speaking engagements about grief and grief support.
Yeah, so the grief share classes that we started, again, I've been on my grief journey for about 8 years due to the loss of multiple family members. And so again, go back through our videos and you'll be able to hear my story on this. But with this being a new loss for my husband and a very close loss for him, we thought it would be a great idea to get that additional support. Even though, he and I talk, and with me being a grief coach, public speaker, and again, having been on this journey for a while, I definitely share things with him. But we also thought it would be great for us to be with a group of people who were also experiencing that same thing. And so Grief Share was great. It was a 13-week program. It was phenomenal. And like you said, in addition to that, I did go ahead and launch my website for Grief Love. I'll actually have the link to that in the description as well, so you can check it out. There's an opportunity for you to book coaching with me, as well as book me for public speaking engagements, as well as book for my grief support course that's going to be launching in a couple of weeks. So another big month for us, you guys. God just really was doing a lot of stuff in our lives and in our family this year, and we were excited about it all.
Yeah. The Grief Share group it was really good. I definitely wanted to go because, I wanted to actually see like the things in different situations, different ways that people lost, their family members or whoever they lost, so. Because like sometimes you can think that you have a bad situation and you know it may be somebody with a worse situation than you. So you know gives you gratitude, even in the face of loss.
Absolutely, and we met some great people. We really did,
Yeah.
and it was amazing to see just the transformation of everyone as well, from the first class until the last class. The first class, you know, everyone was really sad. Everyone was, you know, some people could barely share their stories without tears. And then we come to the last class and people were laughing and embracing one another and, you know, able to really share and open up in a lot of different ways. So it was just great to see the healing in real time that took place for a lot of the attendees.
Yeah, I mean, even myself, you know, I definitely felt comfort. You know, and I always tell my wife, you know, that I feel like with her, her grief journey, in which she's very passionate about helping others to understand grief, that she assisted me before the passing of my mother. She assisted me in many ways to understand what I would come to go through. But you know, so yeah.
So you know, once you lose a loved one, family member, friend, whoever it is that is close to you, you are on this lifelong grief journey. Yet it does not have to take over your life, but it is something that does stay with you. And so it's you know, again, we thought it was good to get the tools and resources to help be able to navigate this ongoing process. Okay. All right, you guys. So moving right along, we are now in October of this year. And I know I mentioned that the last month I launched my website. I officially launched my Grief Love business. I have a public Facebook page. I use Instagram to promote and to share things, as well as being a part of public speaking groups. I have an event that is coming up next year. I'm pretty sure I will have more. That is the plan. That is the goal. As well as launching my full-length course. And this course really is about sharing with everyone just how they can cope, how you can really use it to your benefit. Grief doesn't go away. Yet, like I mentioned, it does not have to overcome you. It does not have to take over your life. You can have some control in partnership with God of how it shows up for you. So make sure you check out my website in the description so that you can learn more about that course.
And even if you feel like grief has taken over your life, you can get it back.
Absolutely. That is a great point. You definitely can get it back, because sometimes that pain is so heavy, you guys, that it really makes us feel like this is the end. Like there is no way I will be able to experience joy or love or peace ever again. That is certainly not true at all. And I just share just really quickly, you can experience all those things, because I definitely have. My very first loss was my husband of almost 18 years, high school sweetheart. And as you see, I am remarried to an amazing man, and I am in love with him. He is in love with me, and we share that love with each other every single day. We have peace in our marriage. We have joy and happiness in our marriage. So you definitely can experience that again. I am a living witness. So that is one of the reasons why I wanted to go into the space of grief support, because of all of my personal experience with it. So make sure you check out that course, sign up for it, and I promise you, at the end of it, you will be a brand new person in a much better way.
If grief has taken over your life, you can get it back. And that's coming from me. And I lost my mother just a few months ago. Thanks to God. Thanks to God that He has given me comfort, that He gave me a wife that had the experience and had the knowledge and had the ability and experiences again to comfort me and to, you know, give me tools, give me insight on how to deal with grief and deal with the loss of my mother.
Absolutely. You know, Jesus already has walked this earth. He's not coming back right now. Well, let me just say, we don't know when He's coming back. He is coming back. But what I'm trying to say is He's not walking the earth Himself anymore. He has us, His children, believers that are here and that are doing the work for him. And so that's one of the ways that I show up for other people. He has allowed me to show up for other people is in the space of grief support. So again, make sure you check out the description, go to all the links, check out all the things that can really help you. Okay. What else happened in October?
My glucose level. So one day, I noticed that my vision was getting blurry. And, I'm like, wow, well, maybe, things start looking blurry from a distance. And, I'm like, well, maybe, it's something, I didn't know what it was. And as the days go by, week go by, and it started getting worse. Things were not visible even closer, right? So, I told my wife, I noticed that I was drinking a lot more water. I was going to the restroom a lot more frequently. And so, even with that, I still was like, I just had in my head, I guess I'm drinking too much water. And I was drinking too much water because my body was making me drink much more water. But what it boils down to really is that through life, and this is an issue with a lot of men, is that I never went to the doctor regularly. And that's something that definitely I would tell any man, any wife that supports your man, your husband, whatever, to inspire him to go to the doctor more frequently, and get blood work done. That's something that I believe that could have prevented me having the alarming glucose level that I had when I went to the doctor, because it was out the roof. If you know about glucose levels, I'm gonna just tell you, it was a 386. I was at 386. Yeah. I should have been in a coma. I should, if it wasn't for God, right? So God's been working, through my life in many ways this year, for sure, with comfort, with help, allowing my glucose level to drop all the way back down to normal. So thank God and thank my wife, the Atkins diet. Not the other Atkins diet, but this the real Atkins diet. I was able to get my with God's assistance and my wife's assistance, I was able to get my glucose levels down to normal, below normal actually, by changing my diet, by changing my lifestyle, and just eating healthier. Eating things with less sugar, less carbohydrates. And I think also less cholesterol,
less
sodium, yeah, which controls cholesterol. Yeah. But the thing is, I learned a lot about food, and so that's a blessing too. I learned a lot about foods because guess what? It helped to share with my family healthier ways to eat, because our children, they're gonna grow old one day, and I don't want them to have to possibly go through the scare that I went through.
Absolutely. And what I like to say too is that I feel like you don't give yourself credit. You actually were so open immediately with making the necessary changes. Like after we left the doctor, you guys, and they told us about his rate, and then we went ahead and scheduled another full doctor's appointment. Immediately for dinner that night was something completely different than what he would have normally had. So same day diet changes were made, same day more water was incorporated, and you really partnered with God and really was intentional about your own health. And I think that is the key. God has all of these resources out here as far as nurses, doctors, natural ways that we can take care of our bodies. But if we're not willing to do it, none of that means anything. Yeah. He has these resources, but we have to be willing to make that change. As well as like you were mentioning earlier about going to the doctor more regularly. You're starting to incorporate that. So you really took it very seriously, you know, and you are now reaping the results.
Yeah.
Because your blood sugar has consistently been normal.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Yeah. Now another thing too, guys, I wouldn't have went to the doctor unless it was. I wouldn't have went to the doctor if it wasn't for her.
Why, as you know.
You know what I mean? So even when she said she was like, I think, yeah, we was at the eye doctor when I was at the eye doctor, because the eye doctor is the one that brought up, hey, you know, you might want to get checked for diabetes. Because I asked him, I said, hey, you know, what caused my vision to, you know, gradually go like that? He's like, hey, you have you been checked for diabetes? And my wife, next thing I knew, she was out of the room. I didn't know what she went to, but come to find out, she was outside making a doctor's appointment. And when she told me, baby, I got you a doctor's appointment set up, I kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not used to going to the doctor. I had a little bit of fear, you know what I mean? Because this is all new to me.
Yeah.
You know, so I understand. I understand men, you know, that don't go to the doctor, that haven't been to the doctor. I understand. Trust me, I understand. You know, there is some fear there, whether you want to admit it or not. There's fear because you think you may be told something that you don't want to hear. Right.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you have people that you need to be here for, and if you can go to the doctor and get preventative measures, because I was able to go to the doctor, find out what's wrong, and change it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's the blessing in it. Instead of it being a situation to where I go to the doctor and not be able to come home because I have to be admitted to the hospital.
Exactly.
And, you know, I mean, you never know how it could go. But what you can do is have preventative measures. Go to the doctor. Go to the doctor.
Exactly. And also, wives, what I told him was, you're going because you will not leave me here with all these kids. Okay? I told y'all we have 5 combined. No. But seriously, you know, I want him to be here. You know, I want him to live a healthy life as well. And so, like I said, he did a fantastic job with making the necessary changes. So, kudos to you, baby. Good job. And you still doing a great job. I'm proud of you.
I like to eat healthy. You know, I like healthy food. I like different kinds of food.
You do. You're a foodie.
I like vegetables. I wasn't one of those kids growing up that wouldn't eat my vegetables. I wanted extra vegetables. Give me some. You want yours
and your sisters?
Hey, look, give me some more for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, you definitely being a foodie, you have always been open to different things. So it really has not been a struggle for you. And I've been excited about cooking in different ways and cooking different things for you too. So hey, it's worked out. It's all good.
And guess what? Hey, real talk. It even tastes better. Like this healthy food, it even tastes better.
Yeah.
You don't have to have all the sugar and, you know, all the grease. Like, it's healthy food out here that tastes better than what you're used to eating.
Yep, absolutely. And it has much more benefits to your body. So, absolutely. Right. All right, guys. So, now, let's jump into November. Whoa, November was something else. Let me just preface this by saying this change that began in November definitely was from teachings and coming into truth led by Holy Spirit. We've mentioned to you guys that we've been more intentional about our faith walk and listening and being more aware of His voice, tuning out our voice and the voice of many other things, and really trying to tune in more to His. And so He showed up for us in a way that we never saw coming, especially me. What am I talking about? I am talking about the change that we have made in not acknowledging or celebrating any holidays. Now, for me, I have celebrated all the holidays my entire life. So this was actually the first year that I didn't acknowledge any holiday. Well, let me say, I didn't acknowledge any holiday beginning in probably, what?
December.
You think December?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't do anything for Thanksgiving either.
Okay, so Thanksgiving.
Halloween, we've never really celebrated Halloween. Growing up though, like in the 80s.
So then, before October then.
Yeah, so growing up for me, like in the 80s, you know, being a child, you know, we went trick-or-treating and did all those things. I'm a child. I don't really know what it's about or whatever. But as an adult, Halloween was not something that I consistently recognize any of those things. Yet for me and my upbringing, the tradition of my family, definitely Thanksgiving, definitely Christmas. I'm only speaking about those holidays because those are the ones that we just went through. So this was the very first year that I did not acknowledge any of these things, okay? And the reason being is because Holy Spirit really revealed to us the origin of these holidays. And before I go into that, I know we're going to have people that say, oh, well, you can have, it's the good and bad in anything. Or, you know, oh, I think that's a bit extreme. My salvation, where I spend my eternity, how I live my life here on this earth, is never too extreme. I don't want to do anything that is going to hinder my relationship with God, okay? So once he brings me into truth, first and foremost, once we ask him to bring us into truth and to make us aware of anything that we're doing in our lives that we're not supposed to, once we ask him that and he provides that answer, we then have a duty to be obedient, okay? That's first and foremost. And so that's what we did. He brought us into truth about these origins of these holidays. And I knew that they did not have anything to do with Jesus. They do not have anything to do with what's found in the Bible, which is God's word. And that's what we stand on. Y'all out here standing on business. We standing on the Bible. Okay. So because of that, I was like, it's a no-go for us. Sat down and talked to our children. We're also encouraging and supporting their walk with Christ. And so they were like, hey, we're here for it. And there was no kind of rebuttals. There were no kind of, they were not defensive about it. They were just, they went along with it easily. And so this is the first year that we did not celebrate holidays as a family.
Yeah. So, you know, me, myself, I was raised not celebrating holidays because my mom was Jehovah's Witness. So I was raised not celebrating holidays. It's not new to me. Yet I didn't know the complete origin of some of these holidays. So, you know, it's good to finally know the complete origin of these holidays. Some people would say that, hey, you know, that's not true. Well, this is the thing. As far as me and my household, we're going to serve the Lord and not serve these holidays. And, you know, that's just what it is. And, you know, I just suggest anyone, you know, with anything, do your own research. Do your own research. Don't just go for what someone says. I don't care where you get your information from. If you get it from a church, if you get it from an ebook, if you get it from a guru, hey, do your own research. Find the origins. You know, look up the etymology. Go to the library. Do all the research. We have all the resources to do research nowadays. They are limitless.
Exactly. And that research can start with praying to Holy Spirit and asking him to show you what he wants to show you. Now, with all of that being said, this is where we are in our faith walk, in our personal journey with Christ. We're not on here to bash or judge anybody for where you are in your life, because honestly, salvation is a personal journey. I'm only responsible for what I do. He's responsible for what he does. There will be no one standing with me at Judgment Day in front of God, okay? And so we're
not even me.
Not even my loving husband, not even my beautiful children. And so we're just on here again sharing with you what we've experienced this year, and that was definitely a major part of it. It was a smooth transition for me. Again, the tradition of my family has always been to honor these days, but it was a smooth transition for me because every day I acknowledge and talk to God. Every day I thank him for thank God for allowing his son to be born and allowing him to be crucified and surrendering his life for us. This is a daily thing. I don't need a date that was chosen by another human being to do this. This is every day for us. And so that was the big thing that happened last month. And so it really was stress-free for Christmas. No decorations, no gifts, no Merry Christmas, no none of that. It was stress-free. And I didn't miss the hustle and bustle out in the crowd. I didn't miss buying unnecessary gifts for my family because we literally don't need anything. And we can go out and get whatever we want at any time. And also, we're not materialistic. We don't put our value in these things. We put our value in our family. We put our value in the things of God and the things that He is pulling us forward to do. And so it was not anything that was missed for me at all. So that's November. So here we are now, the very last day of December. And in December, this is our official return to YouTube. Right, baby?
Yep,
We're back.
We're back.
So I know again, we took a year out, but we are back with you guys. And we're excited.
Yeah, we definitely excited, to share our experiences, to learn about your experiences in marriage, in different situations in life, in faith. So yeah, we're back.
Absolutely. And we'll dive more deeper into the first few months, I'll say the first 6 months or so of our marriage, because we did go through some learning curves. We went through some transitional phases because we did not live together prior to marriage. And so there were some growing pains there. But as you can see, we made it through. But we definitely would share those things with you guys. Again, like my husband said, we'll also share our faith journey with you guys. I'll be on here talking about grief support and just whatever else we feel like you guys, are deserving of hearing. Also, you can definitely comment on this video and let us know what topics you want us to share or cover for you. Also, list any questions you might have for us, and we're happy to answer them.
That's right. Let's go.
All right. So, anything else, babe?
That's it.
All right.
That's all.
So, this wraps up our video, the recap of 2023 for the Atkins family. Again, if you have not, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with others. Go ahead, babe.
Oh, I'll tell them like it. Hit the thumb, hit the like button.
Yeah, make sure you like it.
Subscribe, hit all. Put all notifications. Yeah, that
Absolutely. So you don't miss any videos that we drop. So you guys, again, we're just grateful to be back with you, and we pray that you have a very successful 2024 in whatever way you define success. We pray that you get closer to God, and we pray that you experience all the love and joy that you can have.